Welcome back to Gaming Hot Takes, a series where I read your hottest takes about various video games. In today's video, we'll be discussing Splatoon 2. Now, we're not talking about the Octo expansion because that will be in a separate video. I do plan to do a separate hot takes video for the Octo expansion DLC. But with that said, let's get into what you guys sent in for this week. Shifty Station made its Splatfest way more fun. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I really do miss Shifty Station. I've gone on record saying that I am kind of tired of Splatfest these days because, number one, Turf War is just kind of boring nowadays. But also, like, 2 really did have arguably the best Splatfest because of Shifty Station. Because, you know, having these stages that were different with every single Splatfest, and a lot of them are, like, really well designed. Like, if they brought that back for 3, I could have definitely had a much better time, you know, going through Splatoon 3 Splatfest and not getting so bored with them. But, yeah, I agree here. There were so many good ones, like the one where the domes come down and you have to ink it before the domes come down, and then you can't, like, that area is yours for the whole entire match. That was cool. They used elements from the single player in some of these stages, which was awesome. So, yeah, I wish they brought this back for Splatoon 3. Hopefully Splatoon 4, they'll bring them back. But, yeah, I definitely agree here. Splatoon 2 is honestly better than Splatoon 3 in a lot of ways. 3 just seems like a downgrade in a lot of ways. So I feel like Splatoon is one of those franchises where, each game can be considered the best because of different reasons. The first game for me is my personal favorite, even though I feel like 2 and 3 are definitely, you know, mechanically better games and they have more content, obviously. And I would say Splatoon 2 is my personal, probably least favorite, and not because of, like, you know, like I mentioned in the last hot take, the Splatfest for me were better in 2 than in 3. But, 2's got the DLC, of course. 2's got some stages that I think are better than Splatoon 3's. But yeah, I wouldn't say Splatoon 3 is a downgrade because, you know, Splatoon 3 is the most refined, Splatoon game that there is. But yeah, I think it just mostly comes down to preference and, you know, certain elements like the stages, the weapons, the general gameplay. I think the gameplay for sure is the best in Splatoon 3. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a downgrade. Again, it's based on your preference, like, maybe you like 2 because of, you know, weapons, stages, other stuff might be better for you than they were in Splatoon 3, which is fair. But yeah, I disagree here. I don't think Splatoon 3 is a downgrade. Yeah, well, again, it could be a downgrade with those elements, but in terms of the general gameplay and how refined it is, 3 is definitely a better game than Splatoon 2. But yeah, overall, I wouldn't say it's a downgrade. Splatoon 2 had the best Splatfest because Shifty Stations were really fun. As much as Splatoon 3 is overall a better game, I still haven't been such a fan of the Splatfest in this game. The tricolor turf wars have been disappointing. So we touched on earlier how Splatoon 2 I feel like did have better Splatfest than Splatoon 3 for obvious reasons. But the tricolor turf war, I kind of agree here. I was so excited for it because, you know, having 3 teams, you know, battle it out on the same stage was a cool idea. My main issue is that you can't do it until the second half of the Splatfest, and by that point, I'm already done. Like, you know, I spend like 4 or 5 hours each Splatfest just getting the top rank, and then I'm done. I have no reason to play anymore. And the problem is the tricolor turf wars happen in that second half, where I'm already done. I have no reason to play the game anymore. I'll play like 1, but I'm not someone who is motivated to, you know, play multiple tricolor turf wars because there's no reason to, really. I'm already at the top rank. I've gotten all the points I need. And, you know, like, Splatfests are just, they got kind of boring, like, because it's still turf war, right? So, yeah, like, again, they are still enjoyable. The way they work is fun. It's just, I feel like they should have made it available from the start, or like a separate mode you could do during Splatfest, because again, like, in that second half, I'm done. I have no reason to play Splatfest anymore. I got the top rank, I'm all good to go. So yeah, that I do kind of agree here. They're not really, again, they're not disappointing in a gameplay sense, they're disappointing in a when they happen sense, because they should have happened the entire time. But Yeah, I would agree here. I don't know how hot this is, but Guuber is a fun weapon with an interesting mechanic. It's severely underrated and always overshadowed by other chargers. By no means am I a charger main, but the Guuber was my favorite in 2. So I am also not a charger main, so I don't have a whole lot to say about this hot take, but the Guuber is interesting. You know, getting to charge up your shot and then like swim through the ink and then go to a new place on the map and then immediately fire was really cool. I did try out chargers in Splatoon 2 actually, and actually I had a good time with them. But yeah, I'm a splatter shot main. Always have been, always will be. I never got used to being a sniper or anything. But yeah, I agree here. The Guuber really is fun. Like getting to charge up that shot and then, you know, swim somewhere else and fire it is definitely cool. So yeah, I would agree here, even though like you, I'm not a fellow charger main, but I would agree here. I think the specials were more fun in 2 than 3, discounting competitive meta, that is. So I actually don't know which specials I prefer in these Splatoon games. 1 had some good ones, 2's got some good ones, so does 3. Honestly, I'd probably go with 2, because 2's got like the inkjet, 2's got the is the baller in Splatoon 3? I think it is, right? I don't remember, but yeah, 2 had some good ones. 3's got the Kraken, though, even though it's kind of a downgrade from the first game. Yeah, honestly, oh man, I can't, like, I don't remember all of them from the top of my head, but I do love the inkjet. That's one of my favorites. And yeah, I'm not a competitive Splatoon player myself, so I can't really comment on that second part there. But yeah, honestly, I feel like each game has a good list of specials, and again, like the earlier downgrade hot take that we had, it's all based on preference, which one you prefer the best. I might go with 2 as well, but 3's got some good ones as well, but I'd have to like really think about that for a bit, but I am leaning more towards 2, so yeah, there you go. Splatoon 2 is amazing, but it has some of my least favorite music of the trilogy. Man, this one's really tough to judge because, like, each game has an incredible soundtrack. I think, honestly, I might go with 2 as well with the music. There's some bangers too, but I think 1 and 3 have more, probably, iconic bangers. Now, if we're talking Octo Expansion, then we might have a different discussion. That's a whole separate video that I'm going to do. But yeah, 2's got Off the Hook, which has always banger tracks like Ebb and Flow, Muck Warfare, Color Pulse. So, yeah, this one's really hard because, again, I feel like every game has like a really, really good soundtrack. So I'd have to really sit down and like listen to each soundtrack for a good amount of time to really judge which one I prefer the least. But if I had to pick one, like, right now, I'd probably go with 2 as well. Even though it's still got a really good soundtrack, it's just I think 1 and 3 have more iconic songs for me, like Calamari Incantation. A lot of the Splatfest songs are better in 3. So, yeah, I don't want to agree or disagree here, because, again, I can't really make a firm call here yet. But if I had to guess which one I'd prefer the least, I'd probably go with 2 as well. Stop! Now she'll die a virgin. Stop! Stop it! Okay. Stop. Okay.
Stay the fuck in the fucking car!
Oh, fuck! That was a sneak peek of all the content that you might be missing out on by not becoming a YouTube member. When you're a YouTube member, you get so much bonus content, such as all my anime watch-throughs, classic content like old Twitch streams, movie watch-alongs, and more. So what are you waiting for? Hit the join button down below, pick the tier you want, and enjoy all the benefits that come with your YouTube membership. If you're already a member, thank you for your support, enjoy your benefits, and now let's get back into the video. The DLC is better than Splatoon 3's. I mentioned earlier how I will have a separate video for Octo Expansion for hot takes, but I definitely agree here. Even though I do enjoy Side Order, Octo Expansion is just a whole nother kind of beast. Like, that is still my favorite DLC of all time. But again, I don't want to dive too deep into it because we'll have a separate video for Octo Expansion. I'll have a separate gaming hot takes video just for that DLC. But yeah, I agree. Again, Side Order is great. Enjoyed it. but right after I finished it, I'm like, yeah, even though it's a good DLC, I prefer Octo Expansion. Competitive players killed the game, more specifically the sweaty ones. So I wanted to include this one because this reminded me of my time with Splatoon 2, and I got a story for you guys real quick. Literally the first half of 2018 was me just playing this game. Like, this game took over my life in the first half of 2018. I was playing every single day, multiple hours a day, trying to get the top rank, which was, I think, star 99. Because once you reset the first time, you get a star icon, and you can level up again. That game took over me, and I became very competitive. Like, I wasn't, like, doing, you know, real competitive, like, tournaments and yada yada yada. But man, like, the competitive scene in Splatoon 2 was great, I gotta admit. Like, I found some incredible opponents, some great teammates, and yeah, I wanted to include this because it did remind me of that time. So, yeah, I love the sweaty ones, too. I think a lot of people, including myself, are probably sweaty from playing this game for so long, but, I wouldn't say they killed the game, but they made it actually kind of more fun because matches were more intense and more fun and more chaotic. So, yeah, I wouldn't say competitive players killed the game. I'd say they probably enhanced it, at least for me. Off the Hook are the best idols by far. I love Deep Cup, but Pearl and Marina have a great chemistry. No surprise here, I obviously agree with you. I think Side Orders have really made Off the Hook the best team with all the dialogue and what happens in that DLC. But yeah, they do have a good chemistry, and also, kind of a spoiler alert, Side Order may have hinted that there may be more to their relationship than we thought. So, yeah, but I agree here. I do love Deep Cut, like you said, as well. I think Squid Sisters are probably now my least favorite for sure. Even though they're the OG team, obviously. I feel like Squid Sisters just nowadays feel too, I don't want to say bland, but they don't stand out as much compared to the other two idol groups. Because, you know, Deep Cut's got Big Man, and Off the Hook's got, you know, what I just said. So, but yeah, I agree. Off the Hook is by far the best, and honestly, they are the best, how do I say this? They have the best music, honestly. I love Ebb and Flow. I love, Into the Light. I love, Fly Octo Fly. So yeah, if we're talking like which one has the best songs and soundtrack, definitely Off the Hook. I wish they brought back more popular stages than the first game. Like, why bring back Port Mackerel instead of Salt Spray Rig? Bro, why do people hate Port Mackerel? I've always liked that stage. It's not like a great stage. It's not like one of the best ones, but I've always liked Port Mackerel. I don't understand why people just don't like it. But Salt Spray Rig, I definitely agree, should have been back. It is crazy how that is like one of the only ones that has been brought back in 2 or 3. Because that was like the OG Splatoon 1 stage, like they're like the demo. So yeah, it is kind of sad not seeing that return at all. But yeah, no more Port Mackerel hate, guys. Like, Port Mackerel is a good stage, in my opinion. I like Port Mackerel. I don't love it, but I've always enjoyed it. So yeah, I will not accept any Port Mackerel hate. Having an exclusive shop through the NSO app and being able to order into your game was cool. Oh yeah, I agree. That was definitely a very cool feature in Splatoon 2. 3 has it as well, obviously. But that honestly helped me complete my gear list, because I have every gear in Splatoon 2, besides the amiibo, obviously. But every gear in like the main game that's not amiibo related, I actually got mostly because of this app and being able to like order the gear to Spike and then pick it up there. So yeah, I agree. Very good feature. The single-player campaign was massively disappointing. It did nothing different from the first game outside of some new concepts here and there, and the final boss was such a downgrade. I kind of hate to be right here, but I agree. Like, I still enjoyed it, and again, there are, like you said, some cool concepts, like that cool rail riding one was definitely cool. But overall, yeah, it didn't really stand out that much for Splatoon 1. And honestly, 3, to an extent, doesn't do that much better, even though it does combine, you know, the campaign structure with the Octo expansion, with, like, the missions. But yeah, I think, honestly, even more than that, the hub world of Splatoon 2 was definitely the worst. Like, that one hub world where you have to traverse across the UFOs was honestly bad. I didn't like it. The final boss, too, I would definitely agree. I enjoyed it, I enjoyed definitely the Rainmaker bit, but I agree. Overall, I think Splatoon 2 for sure has the worst final boss. Even though there are some cool ideas in there, I feel like the reason is because, like, Splatoon 1's final boss was such a good way of showcasing the skills you learn throughout the single player and, like, you know, really testing your skills. I think 2 just didn't really do that, even though, like, it kind of makes sense because, like, people who play Splatoon 2 mostly already know all the skills that they need. But I just, even though the whole team up with Callie was a cool idea, it didn't feel as grand as Splatoon 1 and 3's did, in my opinion. Although I will say DJ Octavio's worst fight actually was probably Splatoon 3 because you fight him first, and he's kind of weak. But as a final boss, 2 is definitely the worst. I for sure agree here. Even though, again, there are cool ideas, I just feel like when you compare it to how grand Splatoon 1 and 3's felt, like, those were, like, insane. Even, like, especially 3's was, like, out of this world, literally. Yeah, 2 didn't live up to 1's final boss, so, yeah, I would agree here. Alright, folks, that is it for your Splatoon 2 hot takes. Thank you all for sending your hot takes for this week, and if you guys got your own hot takes you want to send in, then follow me on X, Blue Sky, and now on Reddit, because, I do post on various Reddit pages, asking people for hot takes, so, make sure you follow me on there so you don't miss that as well. But, in the meantime, subscribe, ring the bell, and smash that like button for more amazing hot take videos to come, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, everybody!